What's going on? Admiral Jag here, back for another episode of Forza Horizon 3, and as you can sound, kind of congested right now, so I'm getting sick. Hopefully, I don't get too sick where I can't make videos, but I doubt that will happen. But so yesterday's video was talking about cars that I want to see in the car pack. Well, I was thinking the car pack was the second week of the month. It's the first. The car pack's out today. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna be hopping into each car. I'm gonna look at conversion, which is like the engine swap, and the customization of like the body mods. I'll be skipping everything else, and I'll probably do standalone video on every car separately. So we're going to hop into this and see if either many of my predictions were right. But that's a Crown Victoria and that's Vulcan. Neither of those cars were on my list. So we'll hop into this Vulcan first. I'm perfectly fine with the Vulcan. I really like this car. They do have the green color, okay. Because this is the color I like my Vulcan in. This like light-ish green color. There's also a dark green I like in, but I'm trying to do this just without looking like it's too much. Okay. Cool. So this is a race car. It's not usually meant for just on the road. So I'm not expecting an engine swap. Okay, so I can make it all-wheel drive. And for customization, there is none. Okay. So what you see is what you get. You can't put any engine in it, which I was not expecting an engine swap.
Hey Dylan, I've heard a lot of good things about this driver. I think we should try and get them to sign up to your lineup.
Welcome back, Dylan. There was a rumor about a barn find that we haven't investigated yet.
This car's decently fast.
Another rumor about an abandoned classic. Isn't it brilliant? I swear I'd quit my job and go looking for these things full time if I didn't already have the best job in the world.
Oh. And by best job, it means working for me. So this car is fast. Very, very fast. And I also really like the look of the Vulcan. So this car will probably be appearing in my Let's Play at some point. Let's check the... Here. So it's a high-pitched. So a high-pitched revving. Doesn't have much traction, but as soon as it grips up, it just goes. So, I like it. I mean, cool, it's in the game. I mean, I could have lived without it, but I'm glad it's in the game. It's, again, cool car. So, turn 10, you did good. So, let's go cars, and then just go to auto show. So, next car, I don't know, what is the next car? Whatever, okay, I'm blanking on it. It might be the Crown Vic. That was the other cover car. So, auto show, DLC cars. Okay, a 2016 M2. I did not actually know that an M2 existed. I don't know how I feel about this BMW. Because just looking at it right now, it looks like a shorter, squashed down M4. Which, I mean, not that big fan of. And it looks like it's like condensed and like the front end and the back end were pushed more together. And the front end looks kind of not as curvy. Looks more, yeah, it's, or maybe not, but it definitely looks shorter. I like the front end, like standalone, but I don't know if I like the fact that, like, look, it looks like an M4 was just taken and squished together. So, I don't know, I mean, I feel like this car could have been left out. Okay, so engine swap. So a 6.2 V8. So that's you can, most cars in this game, you can put a 6.2 V8 in it. Okay. finally. I don't know if this is all on BMWs, but if you look at the grill, you see how it goes chrome and it's black. I've always wanted that. I've wanted to black out the grills on BMWs because I love it with a blacked out grill. Okay, so a little lip, a big wing, no lip. I think I like the slightly bigger lip. So looks like that's carbon fiber instead of, I'm not sure what instead of. I like that. Okay. Here, I'm just gonna pop on the customization that I like. I like this second lip, the bigger carbon fiber one, of course. So this car overall, I think I still stand by my first statement where I said it's a swooshed down M4. But I mean, with the customization, I'll have to look into this in the future. Because if this car is the only BMW customization like this, yes, I'm glad it's in the game. But if every other BMW has customization like this, I don't really see a point of it being in the game. Sure, it's a new Beamer, and there's probably some people out there that are like, oh my god, thank you for putting this in the game. I personally, I'm not the biggest fan of BMWs. I like the M4, I like the M5, I like those like kind of luxury, like really sporty models. This is like, it just seems like they just scrunched down an M4, put it off at a cheaper price. I don't know, it just looks so weird to me that it has such a shorter wheelbase. It's that gearing, maybe that's just the gearing ratio. It's not very fast. Maybe the 6.2 V8 really does wonders for this car, but it's not fast stock. I'm not that big a fan of it. So, I mean, I think it's each your own. If you like it, you're probably pumped that it's in the game, but I'm not that big of a fan of this car. I didn't even know it existed, to be honest. I didn't know there was an M2. I knew there's an M3, an M4, M5, M6. I did not know that there's an M2. So, my opinion, would have rather an i8 over this. So, I mean, to each your own again. You like it, you're probably pumped that it's in the game. I'm not that big a fan of it, so it's whatever. It's just another BMW. I like the customization on it. It's just not that big a fan of that. It looks like it's swooshed. Like they just took it and took the front end and the back end of a M4 and smashed them together. Okay. This is another car that I'm like, why a Crown Vic? There has to be something. Okay. Oh. You can make it a top car. You can make this a top car. And now I'm okay with this, and now I'm excited. A cop car in Forza. Not the first thing I expected to see in this car pack. See, look, right now it looks kind of meh. But if that customization that I just saw, and what is that? Is that a stock engine in Crown Vic? Because that looks way too beefy to be stock. Okay, garage upgrades. Okay, so C-Class, so I guess it is the stock engine. So what can we put in this? A 5.8 V8. What is that? I'll have to see what that's from. So twin turbo supercharged, of course. But here is where I'm interested. Front bumper. Ford. Forza. Ford. Spoiler. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going all out. So 5.8 V8. What is that from? I'm trying to think. Because that's a big 5. Well, it's not like it. Just trying to think. What is it? But this is a very good looking car. Or not good looking, I mean just cool the fact that there's customization like this. So, Apparently 5.8 engine, 5.8 V8s are from Ford pickup trucks. Oh, wait. Oh, I really hope this. So the lights are always on, it seems. I wonder how cool this would be. Just imagine, like, because this is cool. This is what I like to see in Forza. Cars that are cool. Like, you don't think they are, but then they do something like this. You can put a pull bar and lights on it. I'm not expecting this car to be fast, but I'm expecting it to be fun. What I want to see is, like, if I pull up behind a car with the lights on, do they slide over for me? That'd be really cool. Okay, no, they cut you off. Let's see. Let's check the ramming power. Just ram that Enzo. Okay. So, Forza. Oh. Sorry about that. Forza. Cool. I appreciate this, actually. Like, I mean, it's so weird. I'm, like, talking about this, like, yeah, it's so cool. It's a Ford Crown Vic. It's the fact, if this was in the game and it didn't have the lights and the pull bar, I wouldn't be a fan of it. But the fact that they went out and did that extra thing to make it a cop car, it's very cool. So, Forza, meh job on the car, good job on the customization. So we are going to hop into the next car, which is something. There is a car that I saw when I was looking at this, and I'm hoping it's what I think it is. So I wonder if it might not be next. Okay, DLC cars. So I was right, along with whoever else saw this. I was kind of right. I think the picture I showed was the older GTA Spano. This is the 2016 GTA Spano. Oh, I like that color. I like that. I'm sorry. It's just I'll put on this blue color. But okay, so I'll have to see this car like a bit more. But the GTA Spano I honestly, I think I said it in the video, I was not that big of a fan of it. It just didn't look that attractive to me. But the newer one, looks better. I mean, front end still kind of that. I like. I don't know how I feel about this car. I think I like it. It looks pretty interesting. See, is it a swish down? Nah, see, it's kind of swish down. The back end, however, that's interesting. That's an interesting back end for a car. So is this rear engine? So it is rear engine. That's a V10. So this is a mostly carbon fiber engine. What looks like it. But see, the reason I'm not so pumped, I'm pumped about this is in the game, because this means that, okay, so drivetrain, so you can make it all-wheel drive, but the fact that this was added into the game, that means, personally, one of my favorite cars, the Zenvo, either the the ST1 or the TS1, they make their names so complicated, they just flipped letters, are going to be added into the game down the road. Oh wow. I'm gonna have to put this on some pavement. This thing, the spoiler pops up. Oh, I'm not sure how that spoiler's kind of a bit big for this car. And at least that's what it kind of looks like in my opinion. Oh, bit of a lag spike. Oh boy. Like that, when you brake with the spoiler up, the spoiler just looks big on the car. So, I wish the spoiler stayed down, because I like the look of that, like the low-level spoiler. Oh. It's a pretty good sounding V10. This is quick. This is a quick car. I'm just like watching the acceleration. It's pretty quick. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just gonna go cars tuning. I just want to see, because this shows me the top speed. 2.9 seconds flat. Is it 0 to 236? This is a fast car. So, Forza and Turn 10 Playground Games. Ooh. For revealing to us that the Zenvo is coming into the game at some point, along with Porsche and RWB. Thank you. Oh wow, this is nice interior. Probably should look at the interior of the other cars. This is nice looking. Ignore the broken window. But I mean, I kind of like it. Like, I like the sharp edges and whatever. The back end, I don't know how I feel about it. It seems like the front end has like cool stuff, like cool little aspects. It also has double headlights. It's just the back end, for some reason, seems very plain to me. It just, I don't know if it's just because it's one all solid color on this paint job, and that could be changed. But it's just this right now looks kind of flat and like solid. But I think I like it. I think this will also be appearing in my Let's Play at some point in time. So we are going to move on to the next car. So, Turn 10, thank you for revealing to us that the Zenvo is coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But, next car, here we go. That was the fourth car, I want to say, so 2 more. So, usually there were 7 cars. Oh, no, 7 cars, okay. So, 1.5K for that. Okay. Oh, CJ5, okay. I'm not a big Jeep guy, but my brother is. So my brother is, as if I tell him that this is in the game, he's gonna be so pumped because he's a big Jeep fan. So I think if I tell him this is in the game, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" and he's gonna want to play. And after he starts playing, you know, my money just kind of disappears. So CJ5, it's a cool Jeep. I'll give it that. Like, see. Alright, so I'm sorry. I just have to do this because it's a Jeep. Gotta road install setup. So that's just I'm just doing that because it's a Jeep. And I can. But CJ5. These tires didn't get as thick as I could get on the other Jeep. Rubicon maybe? So let's see. Conversion. What can I put into this? A 6.2 V8. 8.4 V10? Jesus Christ. Look at that launch and handling, or launch and acceleration. And then you can twin turbo or supercharge it. Jesus Christ. I feel like this Jeep is going to become the best off-road car. Oh, that's cool. I think that this Jeep is becoming the best off-road car. I'm gonna leave the tire on. That's cool. So you can remove the arches. I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah. Okay. So I don't know what it was before, but I think this CJ5, because it's, I forgot to check the weight, but this is gonna be a light car. Yeah, let me just see the weight. 2,290. So that's a pretty light Jeep, or pretty light car as far as cars go. So I think this car is going to become the best off-road car. So I also like it because before this there was 3 Jeeps in the game, I believe. It was the Willys, the Rubicon, and then the Grand Cherokee SRT8, I think. So I want to thank Playground Games for putting another Jeep in the game, because I was kind of looking forward to one, not as much as my brother was hoping for another Jeep, but another Jeep is another Jeep. Personally, I think this is become the best off-road car after you put that massive V10 in this. So, Playground Games, I say you did good here too. You did good on adding another Jeep. You did good on making it probably the best off-road car in Forza Horizon 3 at the moment, which is kind of a big aspect of Forza Horizon 3 because it has that whole outback area, and there's a lot of people that are in this like community that they want to go off-roading, and Forza Horizon 2 never offered that, but Forza Horizon 3 does, and now they have another car. So before we move on, I just want to check the power on these cars. So 820 horsepower, 590 pounds of torque, and almost 3,000 pounds. See, this is very heavy. 3,600, so more torque than horsepower. That's interesting. And 3,450 pounds. 250 horsepower, another more torque than horsepower, 297 foot-pounds of torque, and 4,000 pounds. 912 horsepower, 899 foot-pounds of torque, and 3,197 pounds. This car's going to be good, I think. I'm calling it. GTA Spano is going to be a good car. So now we have this. An Extreme Track toy made by Lotus. So 177 horsepower, 126 foot-pounds of torque, and 1,485 pounds. So Lotus, you don't expect them to have a lot of power, but they have... This is kind of contradictory what I said. You don't expect them to have a lot of power, but they do in essence. They do and they don't. So basically, because this car is so light, the amount of horsepower seems a lot more than it actually is. Basically, there's less horsepower, but it's so much lighter than other cars. Other cars have more horsepower, but they're so much heavier. So what I want to see, can you engine swap this? And yes, you can. Okay, so 3.2 inline 6. I think that's... I'm trying to think. 0.2 inline 6. Yeah, I'll just stop there. I don't know what it's from. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know all these engine conversions and whatever. Oh, so you can get rid of all of that and make it even lighter. I think this car is going to be good too. I like that little extra lip. Oh, but it takes down the speed. Okay, whatever. The fact that you can put that engine in it and it goes up to 322 horsepower, I'm guessing you could get this car to around 500 horsepower, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like that's how high you could get it if you were to put in the inline 6 and twin turbo it or supercharge it and then max out the engine. I think that is how high you could get this car. However, as it stands, I like other Lotuses more. I like the Exige. What's the 211? I like this. It just looks kind of awkward to me. It looks like they took an Exige and a 211, put it in a room together, left it alone for some time, and then when they came back to check on them, this car was there, along with the Exige and the 211. So it's basically a track Exige, but I mean, Exige is already kind of a fast car, but... So this car, I mean, I think it will be good. I think it will be a quick little car, but do I think I'll use it very often? No. No, I do not, unless I need an Extreme Track toy car, then I'll probably use it, because this is, I mean, it sounds pretty good, and acceleration, it seems a lot it seems like it gets up and going really quickly. Like, the launch is good, but the acceleration itself isn't that good. So this car, I think it will be good. Not good stock. I might use it if I need an extreme track toy, but that's most likely the only time I will use it. So Forza, cool. Again, I could have lived without it. I would have preferred another car, 67 GT500. But, you know, I think there's probably someone out there that is, like, so excited to have this in the game. I do like this pack, though, because it has, like, my favorite types of cars. Hyper car, super car, and another hyper car. The Pagani Huayra BC. This is basically Pagani taking a Huayra and doing things to it. I don't know exactly what they did. They gave it a different spoiler, I can tell you that. But it's a Pagani. They look good. So cool. I mean, I'll have to see how I feel about it. Yeah. I like this color more. So it has more horsepower. It has 10 more horsepower to be honest. And what else? I'm just trying to look at this. It has more horsepower, and I'm gonna assume it's lighter, cause maybe even heavier. It has a lot more body mods on it. But this is a good looking car. I like this. I approve Forza. I approve this. Conversions, okay. Drivetrain, assuming that. You can put a little lip. I like that little lip. It hurts my car, but I like it. Sorry. Hey, no, not putting on that Forza spoiler. There a lot of the Forza parts I really don't like. Like the parts that just say Forza on it. So, I mean, it's just whatever. I'm just not that big a fan of the Forza parts, especially the Forza spoiler, because it's just like bam, bam, and it's just like 2 lines, another line, 2 more lines on the side. If I like this spoiler, I wish I could have no spoiler on this car. I think. Okay, so that's interesting. So as the spoiler itself, and then it still has like the raise up like spoiler things. Or not even spoiler things. I don't even know what they are. Because they like it has something to do with the downforce through turns and stuff and braking. So does that here? Here, let me see. Yeah, look, they have it on the front too. So that's from the Huayra. So I just want to see if it was on this car too. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if this is a fast car. Oh boy. Sounds like it might be twin turbo. Like you hear that little lighter. Okay. So, Forza. I mean, well, it's just another Huayra. I think the Huayra's already in the game. So, I guess thanks for adding it. I mean, again, would have preferred some other cars. It's a cool car, don't get me wrong. It's just that the Huayra's in this game, and this is just a slightly more powerful Huayra. I don't really get it. So, cool, thank you, I guess. But would have preferred some other cars. So overall, I think I'm gonna give this car pack maybe a 7.5, just as I think they could have done better. And I think that some of these cars, they have something else that's in the game that is already similar to this, such as the Huayra to this, or the M4 or the M3 to the M2. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. It's a good tar pack. It's just, I don't know if you necessarily would want some of these tars. I mean, I'm not sure I would have bought this tar pack if I didn't have the tar pass. I don't know if I would have bought this standalone. I might have, just for the Spano and the CJ5 and the Vulcan. But the other cars are just kind of there for me. Well, the Crown Vic is kind of an interesting one. I'll have to see how it does with the bigger engine and whatnot. But 7.5, I'll leave it at that. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.